Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live broadcast. It is about Karatbars, and today we have a very special guest joining us shortly this evening. And in the meantime, we are going to play some music while we wait. I know I've invited the guest to our we've invited her. So, my dear sister, if you can go to your emails, hopefully you see this, and if you could go to your emails and you could click on the invite that I sent you, then you'll be able to join the broadcast live, and then everyone will be able to see you on the screen. So if you are seeing this, my love, please go to your email and click on the link I sent you. Thank you. I'm going to play some music while we wait. We're going to get started shortly. Where's my music? All right, we're going to play some YouTube music because evidently there was a problem with my last broadcast and I got reported. So, hopefully you can hear that.
Women taking the lead.
Oh my. We are going to get started shortly. I'm just going to play the music a little bit. One more time. Mm-hmm. Two purple stripes. Yeah, yeah. Click that. Let's see. What's happening when you do that? Yeah, you have a delay. I'm going to go back live. Hi, everybody. We are trying to get it together here. Let me do this. Let me invite you again. KB Wealth. It's KB Wealth News, right? At gmail.com. Okay, yes. Share the permalink, bookmark, and come back anytime. It says invitation is posted. I want to see if you can see me in the chat. Did you see anything pop up in the chat at all? Nothing popped up in the chat. Okay. When you click on the... Okay. What? I'm very much live on YouTube. It's on both. It's on Google and it's on, wait, there you go. There you go. No, that's good. Hold on a second. Let me see what happens. Let's see what happens when we do that. You are already in a video call. Okay, no, I can't answer yours because then that'll kick me out of the live one. I sent you another link, so go back to it again. Go back to that. Yeah, so it's either under that. It should be either under social or promotions. Yes. Yay! I see you. Yes. Yay! Oh, we did it. Live on air.
Hi. And you're live on my
sister. Yes.
You're live on my phone.
I'm going to hang up.
It's a little dark in here, so let me lighten up where we are.
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to hang up the phone. Are you good? Okay. Yay, we did it, everybody. We're going to get started very shortly. Our sister is getting her lighting situation together. I want to welcome everybody to the live hangout where we're going to be talking about Karatbars and how to invest and should you invest, and why are precious metals so important in today's world. And she's going to be demonstrating and showing you how easy it is to get involved in this wonderful, fantabulous company. And I'm so excited for you all to be introduced to her. And while we wait for her to come on back on the live hangout, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my sister and what she does, who she is, and what she's about. Are you good, sis? Are you there?
I'm there.
Oh, there you are. Hi. I see you. Well, I saw you. Yeah, you're good. That was good. That's great lighting.
Okay.
Yay. I'm going to turn my volume all the way up.
Okay. I think I have everything. I'm trying to make sure my camera is such so that we can see everyone can hear me. So we're pretty good. Pretty good to hear.
I can hear you very well. Hi. So I was just getting into who you are and what you do. You're very modest. You don't like to talk about yourself a lot. And I really want to highlight and tell you how much I appreciate you. I wanted to share with everyone who we are talking to tonight. So, of course, her full name is Falana Alston Muhammad. She is affectionately known as Sister Falana. She hails from the beautiful city of Inglewood, New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. You guys know I'm from Jersey. And she has a background. Her educational background is she has a BA, bachelor's. That's a bachelor's of art, correct, sis?
Yes, ma'am.
Bachelor's of art from Clark University. She graduated in 1991. And she's a prolific writer, and she is on radio. I want you also to share with us when we get more into the Google Hangout, more about your radio program and what you've been doing. But writing has been her passion all her life. She has taken a journey into the field of media, and it led her to begin the Kumai Media International Group in 2001. Currently, you can hear our dear sister on her independently written, directed, and produced internet radio show, Q Media Nation. She does live shows, and she also has on-demand shows, a wealth of information in her archives. I invite everyone to go back on Blog Talk Radio and look her up. Q Media Nation is the name of the Blog Talk Radio program. She has 25 years in the radio industry. She's garnered respect of her peers internationally, as well as those in the commercial radio market. She's dedicated to covering the news and the views of the hip-hop generation while also creating what she has termed the Urban Business Initiative. And this initiative is unprecedented as she is going into the most underserved and economically depressed communities, sharing advice, resources, and expertise on how to develop business through the use of media and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show tonight. Welcome to our Google Hangout, my good sister Falana. And we're going to get into a lot of wonderful things tonight. We're going to talk about Karatbars. We're going to talk about the importance of, investing and why, at a time that we're living in now, it's important to invest and, how you can invest and why is it important, especially for women. You guys know that I am a money and wealth coach, and my passion is advocating for women in terms of money, wealth, abundance, prosperity. And so I thought, let me bring my sister on. Let us talk to everyone about a vehicle, a way of getting into investing that doesn't cost you a lot of money to do. And she's been doing this for a number of years. I believe you're a bronze supervisor. Am I saying that correct, sis?
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to find out what that means. So I guess my first question I have for you is, why Karatbars and what is Karatbars? So let's talk from the perspective of no one knows exactly what that is. They have no idea. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to take it back just a little bit before we go into the actual company and all these other things. But I so appreciate Warrior Women. I love you, appreciate you, and just feel very, very honored to be in the company of such a cyber relationship with so many other powerful women. As I see on your Facebook page, as it's growing and progressing, you've grown and progressed so much as a mom, so much as a wife, and being a great example for me as a businesswoman. So I sincerely appreciate that. And the first time ever, there's some technology I didn't know that. Then I was like, well, how do I get on? So I'm telling you, you never stop learning, you never stop adjusting, and that's basically the way that we've got to be in business. There are two areas that in my, I guess in my circles, I always try to deal with the people who are underserved, underrepresented, who have a lot of passion, but not a lot of opportunity. And when I see things, I say, listen, how can I help another person? And that's basically where I come from. That's my whole life. I always want to help other people. And sometimes you're limited by the help that you can give because everyone wants something financially from you. You know, you can give somebody a ride, you can give them a talk, but bottom line is you've got to eat, you've got to have a roof over your head, you've got to have some clothes on your back. And looking at my check over the years, I guess I would say my income is shrinking. And I know everyone knows from 2008 with the housing crisis and so many other things. As women, most often, we're the most underrepresented in the financial market, the most depressed financial market, but who has to bear the burden of taking care of a big family, sometimes multiple families, sometimes extended families. We're getting put in a position of, you can, a man 9 times out of 10 can walk away from a family and, survive. But for a woman, she has to take her children with her, sometimes her parents with her, and all of those people, because our chemistry is a little bit different for the most part. And so that's where my passion really comes from in doing what I now do, which is financial consulting, and just really finding companies that are out there to partner with. When I started Q Media Nation Radio, I came from a background where everything was handed to me. You were handed what time you were going to be on. You were handed a producer. You were handed the engineer. You were handed the records. You were handed your script. You were handed everything. And then I said, wow, I could do this. The next thing I know, it was difficult because I did not have a financial stronghold on what I knew to be my passion, which is writing and radio and all those kinds of things. I knew that I wanted to do media because I love to get the word out about different people, things that are happening in the community and connecting folks. But I did not have a financial backing. Well, as it went, we know that that last president, President Bush, took over all media, took it over through the presidency and through laws and through all these kinds of things. So a lot of media, I'm giving you a little bit of background on that. We were privileged to go to a closed door meeting. And the things that I saw that well-known stations in the biggest market, New York, were being made and force-fed the contracts that they've been given. And so everything was changed from being creative to now being just a co-signer on a lot of craziness. So that was my outro. And so when I started, I'm going to tell you, this is a labor of love, which you really need to understand how media affects every aspect of your life. from the shoes that you wear. I know most people may be familiar with the Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
And there's a particular little spot in there where Amanda laughs. Miranda, the young lady, Amanda, her real name is Amanda. But
right.
Miranda Priestley says, "Oh, you think you picked your outfit? Oh, okay." And then she broke it down how this woman did not pick what she's wearing because you're basically out of season by 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 seasons ago because you don't have access to power. And how do you have access to power is that you have to have your own power.
That's right.
You have to control the things that come into your hands and know where to take it, where to put it, how to use it. And once you start learning how money works, no matter what the currency is, right now we're being faced with a crisis in Greece. Well, if you're not bringing anything in but you're spending, you know, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to go bankrupt. And so me dealing with media, I could not see it go on any longer. The folks that I was seeing come into my life needed more help than I was able to give just by telling their story. I really needed to put something else in their hands to help them understand that you can follow your passion, you can follow your creativity, you can follow your dreams, but you know that you're going to need some type of fuel to make that happen. And that is learning how money works so that you can keep that creativity alive. So I wanted to take it back to that as to why I got involved with Karatbars. So about 2011, I had a very good brother of mine. They'll call me and say, "Listen, I see something that you might be interested in. This might be something that would be good for you. You know, give this person a call." And so the power of having a network is profound. If you don't have a network, learn how to network, because some of my best jobs, some of my best financial backers, some of the most formidable things that I would never be able to do if I didn't have the proper network and knowing how to utilize a network so that when you give, you get, or when you get, you give.
That's right.
So that's the power of networking with people and learning how to do it so that everyone can survive, everyone can thrive, everyone can live. And so when Karatbars came along, I was like, what gold? I knew about it, but I'm saying I don't have $1,200 an ounce, and to me an ounce is nothing. You know, this is something that I don't know anything about. And so as I started to study the company and see what it was really about, and I saw how economical it was for me to put a little bit away at a time, to save it for a rainy day, to have something in my possession that is not worth less, but that is worthy of me exchanging my cash for something better when I know that we're in a crisis. We're in a money crunch all over the world. So to me, that made perfect sense. So I knew world economies. I worked in that industry, but I was never able to, I guess you would say, reap the benefits from that industry until I started. Because once people know, if they are unnerved by you in any way, because you see my hair, I wear my hair like this on a regular. You know, there are people that turns them off. Your hair alone turns them off. Your broad nose, your forehead, your whatever their misconceptions about you, when they see you, you can be the most perfectly dressed person, but if there's any nuance or anything, and I'm very pro, you know, very pro-black, but not anti someone else, but I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of where I came from. I'm very proud of the friendships that I make, and I don't hide anyone or feel that anyone is less than I am, so I shouldn't feel like that in someone else's company. But as that access started to be chipped away, I knew that I needed more opportunities, and the only way I was going to make those opportunities was that I made sure that my network was powerful. So in that instance, when I came to Karatbars, I'm telling you, it was an eye-opening experience to know that there were people who actually said, it's more than just making money. It's about saving people's lives. Because as the global crunch gets deeper and deeper and deeper, as you know, economies are falling every single day. Just because you don't see it on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or CNBC, Fox Business or Bloomberg, the economies are falling all over the place. Well, the one that's most, I guess you would say, the closest to you is your own personal economy. So if you know that you have been getting less and less in your check, then you've got to figure out, how am I going to make this check extend beyond today into next week? You know, most of us, when we get our check, it's gone within a number of hours. And so Karatbars, to me, came in as an answer to a very real problem, is that I can put something away for when I actually need it. And I went ahead and I partnered with them and publicized them, and that's how I back this independent radio stuff, because you absolutely need something to fuel what you feel is your creative, you know, your dream. So that was the long of the long. I didn't do a short of the long. That was a long of the long. So.
No, it's fine. No, it's great. I'm glad that you took it back, because you have to talk to people about why you're doing this. You know, why is this important, right? It's not just jumping in to do it because, I don't know, somebody tells you to do it. You have to have that strong why behind you. So I'm glad that you went into, you know, your history and, you know, the things that you were encountering, and, you know, you found something that fit in a way that, you know, it could work with your current income, right? It wasn't anything to go outside of, you know, okay, let me figure out how I'm going to get involved and, you know, how am I going to do this? It fit right into your current, you know, income that you have coming in. So no, I'm glad that you went back into and gave us that full history about your history. I guess my next question, and you've been doing a wonderful job. I mean, like, I should even be asking you any questions.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so can you talk a little bit more about what Karatbars is in a little bit more detail? Because I don't know if people really know about gold and silver, and just how much you mentioned gold, you know, like it's I think, what is it, $1,300 and
it's $1,200 an ounce, and going up.
And going up and climbing.
And going up all the time. An ounce is not much. It really isn't. When you come face to face with it. Most people think of gold when they think of their gold jewelry. You know, that's basically the relationship that we've had with gold.
That's right.
A few years ago, right as the 2008 crisis was happening, a lot of jewelry stores were publicizing heavily. We buy gold. That should have been a clear sign for you right there, not to get rid of your own. We buy gold. What are you buying it for? Because it was going to be melted down and made into bars so that they could get the bigger part of what was actually yours. So having a little bit in your possession is really, really, really important. If you just pay attention right now, you see that there are not many places at this time that are saying we buy gold. But the global crisis is serious. Silver, I know they stopped the Silver Eagle. They had stopped selling those maybe last week for about a good week. I don't know if they put them back into circulation. And there are a lot of people I know, they will say, well, you know, during the crisis of when the market crashed back in the 20s and back in the 30s, and listen, the market crashes a lot.
Right.
It's like common knowledge now that markets crash is not such big news as it used to be, because we're finding that we're more and more savvy, and that the media basically will keep the story away from you, because most media is controlled by one entity, one or a few entities. You can check it out for yourself. I don't need to go that far into it, but you can turn from MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, and they're all telling the same story at the same time. Very few will deviate from the script, and so you've got to do your own research. You've got to be out there making sure that you take control of what's yours, because in the end, you're going to have to give that away. What I was going to say to you, though, I'm very interested. This is kind of off topic, but not. Yes. I actually had someone said to me, a young man that's from another country, said to me one day, I want to help you think like an immigrant. And I'm like, what? He said, because you guys are so spoiled here. You're so spoiled because you have a roof over your head, you have this, you have that, and he kept naming all of these things. And I'm saying, but you know, there are a lot of people that don't. He said, well, do yourself a favor and go on the IRS.gov and go and download your statement, your Social Security statement.
Wow.
When I did that, and this man is from Ghana, he says, I've been here for 18 years and I finally figured out how money works. So I'm saying, okay, I've been here all my life, you know. What could you possibly tell me? This is the arrogance coming out, because you feel like you know.
Right.
So I go to IRS.gov. I think I lost my appetite for a good 2 weeks. When I saw there was over $500,000 tax dollars that I've given up and have nothing so much as but my, you know, of course, Karatbars, but to know that your dollar is not worth what it used to be, and it's getting even less as the days go on, but to know that you've given that much away to someone else other than yourself, and you're supposed to know. How are you going to know when we don't have those kind of classes growing up? We don't have, you know, Finance 101 starting at kindergarten.
That's right.
Knowing that.
No. I just thank you so much for sharing this. Everything that you're sharing is so spot on. And this is why I do what I do, because we don't know. We have no idea how money really works. We have no idea why precious metals are important. We have no idea that, yes, we don't have to have, you know, all this money to get involved in something, or, you know, you're taking away all the excuses, because you're sharing valuable information. You just shared the resource of going to IRS.gov. So go to IRS, you know, whoever's looking at this tonight or the replay, you know, go to IRS.gov and look up what the sister is talking to you about. You know, if you don't know about, you know, the media and who really controls the media, you know, go look these things up. Everything that she is sharing with you is designed to empower you and hip you to what's going on here. So I just want to insert that, sis. But go ahead. I'm all ears.
No problem. Now, when you go to IRS.gov, you're going to be looking for your Social Security statement.
Yes.
For me, I've been basically paying into this. That's not going to pay me much, so to speak, when I retire. It was over $500,000. Matter of fact, it was over $1.5 million. How can I say? I've been paying into this thing for the last 30 years. Like, you know, all your little after-school jobs, your little summer jobs, and all of these things that, you know, a little bit of taxes has been taken out over time. Well, did the calculation. I got a printout. It says that I will not be able to retire until I'm 71 years old, and my monthly stipend will be less than $2,000. It's $1,671 and some change, to be exact, on a monthly basis. Now, I don't know if I'll ever be able to stay in New Jersey after that. At 71, I'm going to have to find an address and some friends somewhere else. And I say that to you all because this is so real. It's so real. I have a grandmother right now who's 89 years old, worked in New Jersey most of her life, you know, retired, went south, you know, was remarried, moved south, and now she's in a nursing home. If she had not worked here and moved there and retired, there's no way my family and I could pay for her to have that. And, you know, back when she was like, you know, life insurance and that kind of thing, they weren't thinking about long-term care and all of these things. These are the things that we're going to have to look at 20 years from now. For some of us, 10 years. I don't know what the average age of the population of warrior women, what it really is. However, I know my mother will be approaching a certain age limit where she will not be able to work. She will not be able to get in a car and clock in somewhere and work. Who's going to take care of that bill? You know,
That's
who's
right.
going to be able to help her make sure that all of her things are taken care of? And so as we become more and more savvy and educated on what we have to do for ourselves, there's no such thing as a Social Security program that's going to take care of you the way you could take care of you.
That's right.
You've got to prepare for yourself. Today or tomorrow, you fall on a bar of soap and you can't make it to work, your benefits run out. What are you going to have for your family to be able to eat? And that's a basic necessity, to buy what you think you need to make yourself feel good. So Karatbars, primarily because precious metals we know are like gold, silver, those things that, you know, over time they keep their value. It never loses its value. And those are the things that they use to hedge against inflation. So that's the short story.
Yes.
The more inflation goes up, the less and less they want to, the more they will put gold and that kind of thing in the market. And when people ask me, well, how come gold goes up and goes down? It's primarily supply and demand. If more people are demanding it and the supply seems like it's getting low, then the price goes up and vice versa. So when you start to move your cash, just like the government does, they move loads of cash, loads of paper currency, and move it to gold, and you start to see when these different wars are happening around the world, the banking system is the place that they attack first. Before they attack a country, before you see a country descend into war, their banking system goes belly up first. So that's a clear sign. That's just something, a tidbit there. Iraq, when their global crisis happened, Libya, so forth and so on, when all those things happen, I'm just giving you just a little bit of like history. That's my thing.
Yes, absolutely.
But knowing that, you know, they got to go somewhere and go pull money out. The first thing they went to was the vault to get the gold out and to take possession of it. And for most people, holding that gold in London is where they certify it before you get it. So if it doesn't say that, and you don't know what it is, do your homework, do your research, and see for yourself how money moves and where to move yours to hedge against the inflation, or to make sure that your dollars can speak for themselves later on. So you're not buying a product, you're not buying something that you can't use. You're exchanging that cash that you have for gold that you can use later on. So there's nothing to lose because it's never going to lose its value.
Awesome. I'm just dropping a quick note into the Warrior Woman's group, you know, letting people know if they have any questions, because Sister is on here dropping some good game and dropping that heat.
Funny.
So I'm letting people know, you know, if they have any questions about what you are, you know, sharing with us tonight, you know, to please post it in the group, and we can get those questions answered live and on the air.
Right.
So you've covered a lot of things. You've covered what Karatbars is, what it is. You've covered, why investing in precious metals, is important, and especially for women, why it's important. You definitely covered that, because this whole situation of women, we live longer, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because a couple of weeks ago I went to a women's circle, a sister circle, and we talked about everything under the sun. We talked about family history and marriage and relationships, and we came on the subject of money, and everyone was going around and they were giving their stories. And it was interesting to me because most of the women, the only reason why they had a secret stash was because if he acted up, or if he
or else account,
right, and and I was very quiet, right, and they were like, Khadijah, you haven't said anything, what's on your mind? And I said, well, I'm a money and wealth coach. And they were like, what, you've been sitting here? And I said, yeah, I've been doing market research on y'all, just listening to y'all talk. But I said to them, what if something happens? My case, my husband passed away. He died. So if I had not insisted with him, because I thought with him being a firefighter, something was going to happen, right? I was resistant to him becoming a firefighter because I thought, he would die in the line of duty. And that's not what happened. He wound up, dying from colon cancer. But had I not insisted that he put the life insurance in place, I would have been up a creek. Right? With 5 children, having to take care of 5 children. So anything can happen. And not only that, women live longer. And what happens is, even if you're married and you retire, the statistics show that the retirement money, 70% of the retirement money is spent maintaining the husband while he's alive. Right. And so after he dies, you've got 30% left of this investment fund that you guys saved up for 40 years. Yes. But now you're back in poverty because you didn't properly plan. So it's not about, having this secret stash. I'm not saying don't put money aside and put it separate from the family, from the family stash. And that might be a little controversial. Why would you tell a married woman to put money to the side? You want to be prepared for any and everything. That's the point, because we live longer. If the husband dies, you're a mom left with children. If the husband walks off, you're a mom still left with children. If the husband dies and you're an elderly woman, you're still left holding the bag. This is all very, very important information that you are sharing with us. And I just thank you so, so much for coming on air to share with us what this is about. So tell people how they can get involved with Karatbars.
Well, I want to say this to add on to what you were saying. That's just, Karatbars is one aspect of financial, I guess you would say, pie, because I also do other things in the financial world because of the media and getting the word out. There's so many other aspects of it. I don't want people to just think it's just Karatbars, just Karatbars, just Karatbars, but I want people to see how valuable the information is. So I'm going to give you a website that you can go to and see exactly what it is to know. And we also host 2 live webinars a day, except for the weekend. So you can always go on and look at this at 12 p.m. and at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both. The webinar, you can go on and just listen to people tell their story, how they've gotten involved. And when I say it's so simple, when I say simple, it's 1, 2, 3. Karatbars webinar, K-A-R-A, T as in Tom, B-A-R-S, Karatbars webinar.com. You at 12 p.m. and at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, In the meantime and in between time, you can always go on karatbarsintro.com. Karat, T as in Tom again, Karatbars, B as in boy, ARS, Karatbars intro, INTRO.com. And really look at the videos, really pay attention. We are warriors. We have to take care of home first. You will find a woman who will wrestle a bear if her child is in danger. She will, rip a sidewalk in half, pick up cars, because we're warriors first. And I love the name of the group. And I know that there's some really, really outstanding and progressive women that are connected to you. So I want to make myself available to you, and you can always reach me through the Warrior Women group on Facebook. I encourage all of you to go on and be a part of that. I got a little plug though.
Yeah, no, real quick, I just want to share that I'm actually periscoping.
Okay.
As well as we're on the live Google Hangout. And one of the questions Paris by Paige had was, what is the topic about? So could you just go over Karatbars and tell her really fast, because she's asking a question on Periscope, what it's about.
Okay. It's about saving yourself. Basically, whatever money that you have in your pocket, it is a diminishing return, and you want more for your money, you need to move some of that money into gold. The government's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Warren Buffett's doing it. The whole thing. But this is a way to save yourself. When the ship goes down, you want to have a lifesaver, and this is it.
Thank you so much. She said thank you. Merci. She's a
thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci to you as well.
Yes, she hears you. Absolutely. So I'm going to end the Periscope. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Paris by Paige, Dr. A.D. Finch, thank you for joining me. And this will be available for 24 hours.
Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to give a little plug for some of my youth leaders that are working with me this summer. They're going to be working with me throughout the year. Young men who are really, it's a couple of them. We met last night, and it's very hard. It's so hard to get young people interested in money other than spending it and spending yours. But I want to shout out to the youth leaders. We have them in a program that we really, ages 14 to 17, are really working with them to help them understand how money works, and that they don't have to go the negative route to get it, but that they can set up a system, and they use their Facebook, they use their social media to gather their friends through the social networks, and they, like I said, the power of a network, and help making that network pay off for them and offset so many things that are happening in our families. There's certain populations in the United States that they start training them as babies on how to insulate your community financially, and we're on the move to do that. And I really appreciate these young folks. So when they see this Google Hangout, I hope that they see that I love them, and I'm very passionate about it. They're my children too. So God bless, and to each and every person that logged on tonight, whether you logged on live or whether you be doing it outside of this live session, you are so precious. You're more precious than the metals that they dig up from the earth. And God bless each and every one of you. And I pray that you all find what you're looking for in life. Stick with it no matter what someone else says about you. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. But if you don't have love as the foundation, then you're just as empty as empty can be. So this is absolutely a labor of love, and I love each and every one of you, whether I know you or not. Absolutely, this circle is a spiritual circle. So Warrior Women Unite. I feel like that's from oh my God, what's the name of the movie? Holiday Heart. Warrior Women.
Hoorah!
We're moving forward. So thank you all. Thank you
so much, sis. I love you. I love you. You are fantastic. You were phenomenal. You brought the heat tonight. And you're gonna have to do this again. Absolutely.
No problem. Yeah, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Because when you talked about life insurance and all that other kind of stuff, there's so many things that people don't even know they could retire within 10 to 15 years because they just don't have access to the information. One of the other things, getting your credit right, your debt. You know, like when the bill collector calls, you don't have to be scared of them anymore. That's what our youth leaders do. They've been out there just, you know, appealing to people and getting them your student loan. I know for me, one of the biggest things that I had that was looming over my head was my student loan, and I can be completely honest here. It was like $57,000 worth of student loan debt that I worked with one of the youth leaders that we have. And they work with a very good company, and they got my payments down to about $51 a month, something that I can handle.
Right.
You know? And while I'm putting my money away with Karatbars and getting the gold, like, get your money right, get your house in order. You know how when you have unruly children, you go through there with a strap and you clean house.
That's right.
That's how I had to do my money. I had to go through it. Slash that bill collector, slash this, you know what I mean? Like, clean house. We got to clean house because when you're financially strapped, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you're not driving right, you're not thinking right, you're not interacting properly. All of that is, sometimes money is that extension that you need, but sometimes it's not that. But, you know, for the sake of what we're talking about tonight, let's alleviate one of the biggest problems that can be solved. And that's helping you to be a little more, get the financial footing. All right. So, thank you all.
Yes. How can they reach you, sis? Tell them how they can reach you.
I wanted them to reach you, and then we all come in the cipher together. But if you want to reach out to me, you're more than welcome to do it at kbwealthnews@gmail.com. That's KB for Karatbars, of course. K is in King. B is in bold. kbwealthnews@gmail.com. And I answer, my emails come on my phone. If you're in the New Jersey area or New York, we'll be out with our groups outside. Some of our youth leaders, they're doing like a lot of basketball games, but in between, you know, the basketball games and stuff, we're hosting some speakers coming out. So if you are in the New Jersey area and you have something to say to at least about 4,000 young people, we want you to get in touch with me, and we make that time available to you. You have about 10 minutes to do so. And we'll be going from now to August 30th. So if you've got something to say, and we want to, you're coming through from my sister Khadijah, so you're already co-signed. And we want to get as many people out as possible to talk to folks about just insulating our community, taking care of business, getting rid of that violence, opening up doors, giving more opportunities, all of that. So if you have a business, if you have something to say, a church, an organization, a movement, whatever it is, come on and let's do this thing.
Wonderful, wonderful, sis. Thank you again. I have enjoyed this. This is going to be available on YouTube, on my channel, Warrior Woman TV. It's going to be posted in the Warrior Women's group for everyone to watch the replay. And we thank you all for tuning in tonight. And everyone have a beautiful, prosperous, and productive day, night, week, afternoon. We love you.